Casey Jenkins with Oak Realty, and I wanted to talk to you about reverse mortgages. It's something that I see people get. It's something I've dealt with as an agent, and it breaks my heart a lot of times. Because what happens when you get a reverse mortgage is, yes, throughout your end of life, they go ahead and they pay you, and you don't have to pay them, and you get to use the equity of the house. However, when you pass, something really bad usually happens, and that's your heirs or your kids usually lose the house. And the reason is just because they don't know how fast they have to act with a reverse mortgage. So if your family member has a reverse mortgage and they sadly pass away, the reverse mortgage is going to send you a letter within the first 30 days of saying that your mortgage is due. You have 30 days to respond to that mortgage, to either pay that mortgage off or ask for an extension on that 30 days to be able to sell that house. If you do not respond within those 30 days of either of those things, they start foreclosure proceedings. And in the state of Virginia, foreclosure proceedings usually take 5 to 6 months and it's done. You don't have to go to court. You don't have to do a lot of loophole things that you have to do outside of Virginia. It's an easy process here in Virginia. So if you have somebody who has a reverse mortgage, watch for that letter in the mail, because it's going to come in the mail to you. It's not going to come in an email. It's not going to come in a phone call. They're not going to make every single effort to get that to you. They're going to send it once, and they're going to send it one way. And then make sure to respond to it in a timely manner. You will be asked to go ahead and show that you are trying to actively sell the house, and putting a for sale by owner sign in front of the house counts as trying to actively sell the house. Having us as agents write up a listing agreement for you and having it all signed counts as actively selling the house. But if you don't have one of those two pieces of paper to send back to the reverse mortgage to say, hey, we want a 6-month extension on paying this back, because 6 months is all they're going to give you, then they're not going to give you that extension, and they will start foreclosure proceedings. So attempting to sell your house is the only way to stop foreclosure proceedings. Now, while you're trying to sell your house, if it takes longer than 6 months, you get to ask one more time from the lender for a 90-day extension. After that 90-day extension runs out, they do not legally have to give you any more extensions, and again can start foreclosure proceedings. And so your best bet is to go ahead and get the house on the market as soon as possible. And I know that's really hard because you're grieving, you're thinking, you're going through everything. It's not an easy process to go ahead and go, what kind of decision are we going to make this quickly? But sadly, with reverse mortgages, you just don't have the time to sit and make those decisions. They have to be made sooner rather than later. The last thing is, if you are a spouse that you took your name off the deed, so your husband or wife could go ahead and get that reverse mortgage and you are no longer on the deed, but your husband and wife passed, well, then there's even a lot less that can be done to actually save the house. They give you a list of everything that you can do, everything that you need to check off to be able to stay in that house and keep that house. However, a lot of it is a lot of hoops to jump through for you to be able to keep the house, and usually ends up leading to you having to sell the house to pay back that mortgage. So the thing to do with reverse mortgages is really just to avoid them. After the fact, they're great. During the fact that they give you extra money, but they leave your heirs with a huge headache, and usually with being forced to sell a house that they love and somebody may want to take care of and keep in the family. When you put a reverse mortgage in place, that's pretty much impossible, because you have to pay that reverse mortgage back within 30 to 60 to 90 days or however long they give you to be able to continue. So if your heirs can't gather the money together, they can't get a mortgage of themselves, that house is being sold. And a lot of times what I've experienced as an agent and in dealing with these situations is they don't even know that they got a letter that says, hey, this is due and you have 30 days to respond. And if they don't respond in those first 30 days, they're going to start foreclosure. They're not going to stop foreclosing on that house. They're not going to let you go ahead and get it sold. They're not going to give you that time if you don't respond in the first 30 days. So if you are a kid of somebody who has a parent who has reverse mortgages, make sure to have all of that documentation and know that. If you are a parent who got a reverse mortgage, tell your kids that you have it so that when you pass, they can make sure that that house is taken care of and they don't lose something that you're leaving to them, because that's That's the last thing we want. If you've got more questions, give us a call at Oak Realty. We'd love to sit down and go into the nitty-gritty of it with you. We understand that people hit hard times and that they need a reverse mortgage, but you need to go into it eyes wide open. You need to know all the bits and pieces, and your heirs need to know what's going on so that when you do pass, they're ready to go and they know exactly what to expect. Those decisions can be made quickly and you don't end up losing the house, because I have seen it happen and it breaks my heart. So give us a call, shoot us a text, tell me what you think below, like and subscribe, and I hope y'all have a great day.